To go back to what you mentioned before about an after bulimia, for sure, yeah. There is life after bulimia, and there's no more bulimic crisis, and there's no more binging, no more purging, there's no more obsession. And concerning difficulties with relationships, it seems to be fine at the moment. I have no problem with my boyfriend. I have no problem with my friends. However, there are still a lot of vulnerabilities there. For the rest of my life, I have to live with this weakness and these vulnerabilities. And the idea is to find a way to control them so that they don't come back and overtake me and push me back into the hole. How do you do that? To not criticize the other. I mean, it seems completely stupid to say that, but it's completely changed couple life. I mean, I have never had a relationship that was serene, calm, light, easygoing. Never before. There's a before and after therapy. I mean, before therapy, I destroyed all of my relationships, every single one. I was definitely the guilty one. After therapy, well, it's only been 2 years with my current boyfriend, but I don't know, maybe it's a technique or a certain recipe. There's things that I've learned now that I try to use I remind myself every day, certain things I just cannot do because it's completely toxic, and I know that I'm headed directly to the wall for disaster. And even when I really want to criticize him for something, I just force myself to keep my mouth shut. And him as well. I refuse that he criticizes me as well. So it's been 6 months since we had the system in place, and everything is going well. We're not criticizing each other. But the fantastic thing is when he comes back to the house, he feels safe. He's at peace, and so am I. And this I was never able to do before therapy. I mean, it was just, it was impossible. Now I can see things differently, and I'm able to control it a lot. And as soon as things get just a little bit, hot in the kitchen, we stop right away. In the beginning, we really had to, teach ourselves how to be this way. It was like playing a role in a piece of theater or something. But now everything's become very natural. In the beginning, I would say something under my breath. Literally, I would say it under my breath, and I would keep my mouth shut and say what needed to be said. And other times, a simple just way to look at the person, gestures, that type of thing, it can be really insidious, a criticism. So I really had to pay attention to everything. We have confidence in each other. It's not just me having confidence in him or him having confidence in me. We have confidence in each other. It's a system. And I do all this because this is what I learned here in group therapy. I respect myself, and therefore I respect the other person. Of course, there's a lot of humor. We laugh. I mean, we laugh all the time. But we never forget that there are certain guidelines that are in place and that we have to follow. That's our law for our couple. I mean, our golden rule is that you and me together is more liberty. We have more freedom. I mean, if we have less freedom together, then there's no point. All of that I learned here. We speak about criticisms and not criticizing the other, but it's also about respecting the freedom and the needs of the other person. Let them enjoy their space and let me have our space, and how to follow this rhythm and live with it in peace. Also, the fact that I'm my borderline personality, I've really come to learn more about it, and also I kind of love it, actually. I love this part of me. I think it's kind of exciting, the fact that I'm borderline. But, of course, there are other times I get up in the morning and I want to cancel every single, meeting that I have, for whatever reason, and I have to live with that now. And ideally, it's what I really want to what I'm trying to say is I want to be able to deal with this without any drama and not say, oh my God, here we go again. I canceled all of my meetings. I accept who I am now. I mean, there's days that I just want to sit in front of the TV all day. There are some days, I mean, this doesn't happen all year round, but you know, there are moments of weakness, and I'm not at my best, and I'm not very productive. But you know what? Who cares? Who cares if I sleep all day? So long as I'm not bothering anybody else, it's not the end of the world. And that's really what I learned here, is just, you know, not to get all panicked about having a bad day. I mean, it's going to pass. We're going to get over this. It's like going to the dentist, you know, he drills a hole in your tooth and it's done. So it's not the end of the world.